Trading is really this simple. Let me show you how I found this trade and executed on it. So right now we're looking at ES. Market opens right here, and we see consolidation. So immediately, market from consolidation can really go either way. Now let me show you why I took sales today. As you can see, market opened right here. And as you see, there's some part of this gap that's not filled in. We have liquidity right here. And then also on ES, remember all these lows that did not get swept and this little gap right here. So I'm looking for sales. NQ was looking very different. Filled in most of the gap here. Here's where market opened at the top of this candle. Um, Even though there's sell side liquidity here, it's the gap was more filled in. We have more liquidity here. And this yellow line is from last week, the news candle. Um, ES already took it here on Friday. So let's drop down to the 5 minute. And as you can see, market was not moving. It was moving pretty slowly. Then we finally see it move down and we see this little gap right here. This gap is showing momentum. And since after this consolidation and its run up right above this new week opening gap, this is what these red lines are marking out. We did not want to see this 5 minute gap get filled. It did get filled over here later on where you could have entered again. Um, but I entered right here, as you can see, this red carrot, and I got out right here. I'll tell you why it didn't hold to, as you can see, it might take profit, but I'll get into that later. So we see on the 5 minute confirmation of our bias on that we can potentially take a trade. So after this move down at the 10 o'clock macro, right here, 9:59, um, at the 10 o'clock, we see a nice push down below these lows, and we're closing below these lows. Now we see these fair value gaps. We have an inverse fair value gap. Remember, we have to include this volume balance. So I see it come up into this volume, to this fair value gap, an inverse fair value gap. We get in right here, as you can see. Um, and we're targeting these lows right here. This would be our first take profit. I did not take profit at these lows because kind of ripped through them, and I knew we could at least fill this gap. So fill this gap, and then you could also have targeted these lows. The reason I didn't target these lows, it's a Monday. We have no news. The rest of the week is relatively no news. We do have FOMC on Wednesday and unemployment on Thursday, which are relatively big. Also, the big beautiful bill just passed, and we have the tariffs being pushed back from today to August 1st, I believe. So with that all being said, I wasn't going to wait to take profit to all these lows. No reason to play with my money. Um, so that's where I decided to take profit at the end of the day because I think this was a relatively strong draw for a price, and after it blew past these, I knew we could reach there. So I got in right here. We see it come down, comes up. Our stop was originally at right here, right above this 5 minute candle. As you can see, right above this 5 minute candle. So we got in, and we got in around 10:07. We got out 11:25. The reason I got out is because this blue candle I've seen all too many times where we're very close to take profit and we get a move up. I knew we were at least going to clear these highs. So on this retracement candle, I was like, if it doesn't shoot back down, and then I'm gonna close my and take my money here. I took my money here. No need to be greedy. Trade looked like this. So it's still a great 2.86 risk to reward, even without moving our stop. We moved our stop to right here. And then we moved our stop into profit right around this level right here. And as you can see, prices could continue to run down further and further. And then let's look on NQ. NQ was definitely a different story. NQ is definitely stronger today. Um, as you can see, majority of the AM session, it really was just consolidating, while we did have ES just continue to go lower and lower and lower. And as you see here at 12:19, NQ and ES actually did have a nice move down. Um, and I was for levels. The reason I didn't take my trade on NQ was because ES was definitely favoring more towards the downside and was weaker. And so as of right now, NQ and ES have definitely been dislocated from each other. And when that happens, usually just take the trade, or you want to take the trade on the stronger or weaker index. As you see, some people talk about the SMT divergence, and let's say we're bullish for the day. NQ starts running, and you want to take the trade on ES to follow that run. This is not the case with ES and NQ not being aligned like they are right now. So you just want to take the trade on the stronger or weaker pair. You want to be patient, wait for your entries. If it runs without you, let it run. Let it run. Like this right here, don't try and trace price. Let's say you see this like, oh, I gotta get in, I gotta get in. You know, price gonna go up against you. Now you're in drawdown. You know, consolidating. You're not making no money. And it doesn't come down here until almost 2 hours later. So just be patient, trust your levels, only take A plus setups. Um, and I will probably make videos on like what all these lines are on my charts. Like I said, this is new week opening gap, new days opening gap. The yellow lines mean liquidity for me. If you guys would like to see that, I will definitely make a video on that. Just leave a comment, like the video, subscribe. Um, Safe trading this week. Hope everyone has a blessed day.